the nurse who trekked mountains to save lives. In the highlands where the clouds brush the mountaintops and winding paths snake through emerald valleys, there lived a nurse named Lan. Her village sat perched on a remote cliff, surrounded by forests thick with bamboo and ancient trees. For years, the people here had little access to medical care. The nearest clinic was a day's journey away, and in the monsoon season, landslides could cut the village off entirely. Lan was born in this village, the youngest daughter of a rice farmer and a weaver. She grew up helping her mother gather herbs and listening to old stories under the starlit sky. When illness swept through their home, she watched helplessly as her father struggled for breath, only to lose him before help could arrive. That loss planted a seed in her heart, a determination to change things for her people. After years of hard work, Lan earned a scholarship to study nursing in the city. It meant leaving behind everything familiar, but she dove into her studies, learning not only medicine but also the art of compassion. She knew that technical skill was only half of what her village needed. They needed someone who understood their fears, their traditions, and their hopes. When Lan returned, she was greeted with celebration, but also skepticism. Some wondered if her new knowledge would make a difference, or if she would soon leave for an easier life in the city. But Lan did not waver. She set up a small clinic in her family's old house, stocked it with basic supplies, and began making her rounds. Her patients were not just numbers on a chart. They were her neighbors, her childhood friends, the elders who once rocked her to sleep. She knew their stories, their histories, and their dreams. When the path to the next village was blocked by a swollen river, Lan crossed it on a rickety bamboo bridge, carrying medicine in a woven basket. When a mother went into labor miles from any road, Lan trekked through the night, guided only by the pale glow of the moon. She splintered broken bones, stitched wounds, and comforted the grieving. With each journey, the villagers' trust in her grew. She taught them how to boil water to make it safe, how to recognize the signs of infection, and how to care for newborns. She listened to their worries and explained treatments in words they understood. Often, she worked with little more than her wits and a few humble tools, but she never complained. One winter, an epidemic of pneumonia swept through the highlands. The cold was relentless, and the sick multiplied by the day. Supplies ran low, and Lan's own health began to falter. Yet she pressed on, fueled by a resolve stronger than the biting wind. She organized food drives, recruited volunteers, and even taught older children how to help care for their siblings. Slowly, the village recovered. Lan's story is not one of grand gestures or instant miracles. It is a story of perseverance, of quiet bravery, and of loving one's community enough to walk the hardest roads. Her footsteps carved a path through the mountains, one that others have since followed. In her journey, we find a powerful lesson, that real change often begins with a single, determined heart, willing to climb any mountain for the sake of others. It reminds us that we all have the power to bring light to even the most distant corners of the world, not by running away from challenges, but by walking toward them, step by step, with hope and compassion.